Going to show you how to get some hours into a schedule by importing. I have a project management job here. If I go to project schedule, you'll see that I've got schedule in here showing detailing. I've got some sequences, fabrication. Notice I've got a couple lots in there for sequence 1A. So I've got sequences in there that will, I need to get some actual hours in. Not estimated hours, but actual hours. I haven't filled out any of the rest of this, but for this purpose, you're going to see where we get some hours into regular hours. Once you get original estimated hours in here, then have some hours flowing over from production control, you'll definitely want to get regular hours in here in order to reduce the hours that you have left to work, and those hours could then be reflected on the production schedule. So I need to get those hours in here. What we're going to do, I have a spreadsheet here where all I have here is job numbers, sequences, hours, dates, and then tasks as well. So the task is the task on the schedule. Just to go back there just to show you exactly what that is. Project schedule. I've got detailing, fabrication, shipping, and erection tasks. So notice if I go to schedule tasks, there's my task. So I designated it to be part of the fabrication task. You could just as easily import detailing hours, shipping hours, erection hours if you wanted to. I just designated them all for the fabrication tasks, and then they are put towards sequences, none on the lots. The reason I put lots in here is so you can see how those hours will be reflected, even if you don't do a breakdown of the children and only put hours to the parent. So let's get some hours in here. I'll just go ahead and leave this open here. In order to get the hours in here, I could go maintenance, time tracking detail. From the schedule, I can even go time tracking detail right here and get me there. Either way, it's the same thing. So it's going to bring up a filter for the hours. I'm just going to apply the filter for this purpose. I really don't care. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go import time tracking records Excel from the drop down up top. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to grab that spreadsheet, and then it comes in and it reads it. It automatically picks up the header row, and there's other instructions there where we could skip some if we wanted to, or we're going to go ahead and just accept everything. There's actually these two right here don't have a job in here, so I could do this to exclude those, but I'm going to show you how it reacts when it comes in anyway. So we'll leave it the way it is, and we'll just go OK. Now it brings me to a mapping. So since some of these fields in the header of the spreadsheet do not match what the Tekla EPM field is, I'm going to have to map these. So that first one, which is the job number, I need to put as the project. So choose project, hit set field mapping, need to map sequence, set field mapping, and then that's my hours. I'm going to put these in as regular hours. If you had a breakdown between regular and overtime, you could. So you got regular and overtime right there. So I'll just do as regular hours. Then I had the date. There's a start date and then task. I'm going to put that towards fabrication. So I'm going to say OK here. It's going to go down through, and I told you that two of the records were pertaining to a job that we don't have in here. We do not have a 2199 job in there, and that's these two records right here. So it's stopping on the import saying, hey, this job doesn't exist. What do you want to do? And it's telling me select a valid project. So I could say, okay, I could add it if I wanted to, but I'm just going to blow by it here, and it's going to say, hey, would you like to cancel the import since you didn't choose a job? I'm going to say no. I just want it to continue. Now, if I hit continue, it asks me again because there's a second line. I can just continue and don't ask me again. Okay, and boom, and we're going to go on through with the import. So now it says, okay, I know what I'm going to do with everything. I know where I'm going to put it. Are you good with proceeding with this? I'm going to say proceed with import. And it says there are 2 records that failed to import. Export them to a separate file. Once again, that's these 2 records right here that didn't have a corresponding job number in the system. So, do I want to export them to a separate file? No, I don't need to for this purpose. So I'm going to say no. So my import's completed. Anytime you import anything, always check your log, but everything looked good there. Accidentally clicked out of it. But everything looked good here, except for those 2 that did not import. Notice it does give you row numbers there too, by the way. So I'm going to close that. And if I go back into my time tracking detail now, I'm going to change these filters so I can see everything. So we can see that all of it actually came in. Let's say job, schedule task. Let's move that over. And job, we'll move everything over. Okay. So we're not going to set any filters because I want to see all the hours that are in here. And you'll see from here all the way down to here is all the hours that imported. So I imported the hours from the spreadsheet, which is awesome. It's pretty cool. So just to show you how that interacts with the schedule over here now, you'll see that now I have hours in my schedule. Now let's take a look at this if I go on down here. Remember, we chose fabrication task, so that's where it put everything. And it went down and I had hours for each of these sequences, right? So there's hours for 1A, which was 7.8, but note the lot numbers under the sequence we didn't have any hours for. So in other words, we did not designate them to a specific lot, only to the sequence. So it puts it in the sequence line item rather than in the lot line items. And then we have corresponding hours here as well. So it's an easy way to get your hours in there. Most of you probably get your hours in some sort of electronic format that you can kick it out into Excel, and then you can just, you may have to do a little bit of manipulation of the data just to make sure you have the right fields, but you can just import the hours and then you're good to go there. Hope this helps somebody. Let me know if you got any questions.